please shoot me.
Turn around, sir.
Please shoot me. I'm not a criminal.
The scariest secrets are often hidden inside the homes that look the happiest. In December 2021, Harris County, Texas was shaken by a shocking crime. Carrie and Patricia Birmingham appeared to be a picture-perfect couple. They lived in a nice home, enjoyed financial stability, and were raising a daughter together.
You really want this on video?
I'll pull it. I'm mad enough to just pull it.
Your neighbors are gonna see you pointing a gun at me.
I'm ready to go. Got the phone.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Okay. All right, goodbye, Reese. I'll see you. You gonna meet Jesus.
To outsiders, their life looked ordinary, even enviable. But behind closed doors, Patricia was living in fear. Controlled, manipulated, and emotionally abused by her husband, she decided to secretly record her reality. Those recordings revealed a chilling truth that no one imagined. Then one morning, everything ended in brutal violence, leaving a community stunned and investigators horrified. If a perfect marriage can hide such darkness, how much do we really know about people's private lives? On December 6, 2021, police in Harris County received a call from a neighbor. The caller reported hearing 3 loud gunshots and then seeing a woman lying in a driveway with blood on her chest and face.
Harris County 911, what is the location of the emergency?
I'm in Glen Lock, and we heard a loud, like 3 pops, bang, bang, bang. So we went outside, and I looked, and I see somebody is laying on their back, and it looks like they've got blood on her chest and blood coming out of her mouth.
Emergency responders were dispatched immediately to the 19800 block of Rose Dawn Lane. When officers arrived, they were confronted with a disturbing sight. In the driveway of the Birmingham home, a woman was lying motionless with a gunshot wound to the head. Beside her stood a man wearing nothing but a bathrobe. The man appeared intoxicated and unstable. That man was 60-year-old Carrie Birmingham. The woman on the ground was his wife, 48-year-old Patricia Birmingham. She was pronounced dead at the scene.
What else could I do?
Keep him in there. What's going on? Where's the weapon at? Where's the weapon?
I don't know.
Put your hands behind your back for me. Put your hands behind your back for me.
I've done it. I mean, I feel like I'm not resisting arrest.
I know.
So,
Anybody else inside the residence?
no.
When police arrived, Carrie was quickly taken into custody. But his behavior left investigators unsettled. Instead of panic or remorse, he appeared unusually calm, almost detached from reality. At moments, he even seemed indifferent to the situation unfolding around him. Shockingly, during his arrest, Carrie requested alcohol as though nothing significant had happened.
I need another drink. God damn it. No.
His demeanor gave the impression that he didn't fully grasp the gravity of his actions. To law enforcement, this was not the reaction of a man who had just committed a devastating act. It signaled that something much darker and more disturbing was driving his behavior.
Where's the shotgun?
I don't know.
It's your weapon?
Yeah.
Okay, turn around. Turn around.
Shit, please shoot me.
Turn around, sir.
Please shoot me.
I'm not going in yet.
You better me shoot her. I said, okay. What you gonna get?
Police searched the property to locate the weapon. A Benelli shotgun was discovered, leaning against a wall inside the kitchen, near the door that opened to the driveway.
So, gentlemen, this would go a lot smoother if we were sitting in my living room. I'm not out in front of all my neighbors. And I'll be honest with you, I'll be more talkative if I could be at my table, and I'll need a tall glass of vodka with just a shot of cranberry juice.
Come back over here.
Lakewood Forest, suspicious person on Knockcross.
I'm not a criminal.
The gun was tested and later confirmed as the weapon used to kill Patricia. 3 cartridges were recovered, 2 near the tires of a white Tesla parked in the driveway, and 1 that had struck Patricia directly in the eye, killing her instantly.
We entered the residence through the side door of the house, and we observed a Benelli shotgun leaning up against the corner of the kitchen area right by that door.
What shocked investigators further was what they found in the garage. On top of water bottles lay Patricia's cell phone, stained with blood.
On top of some water bottles, we had located what appeared to be Patricia Birmingham's cellular device.
This discovery suggested she had been recording during the confrontation and possibly during her final moments. Investigators immediately secured a warrant to access the phone, suspecting it could reveal crucial evidence.
You've been doing that for a long time.
No, I haven't. I just felt like it was time for me to do it right now. Because you're threatening me and Olivia. Don't touch me. Do not touch me, Carrie Birmingham. I swear to God. Do not touch me. Don't touch me.
You pulled a knife on me.
When the phone was examined, detectives uncovered an audio recording that Patricia had secretly started just before her death. The recording revealed the tense and hostile environment inside the Birmingham household.
What she's doing here, where she presses record on her phone to pick up the audio, is she's trying to document the situation.
Patricia's voice was filled with fear, and she clearly believed her husband was capable of hurting her. The recording also showed that threats involving firearms were not new in this marriage.
You do not have the right to touch me. Yeah, go get your gun. Go get your gun, Karen.
Patricia's words and tone suggested Carrie had threatened her with a gun on more than one occasion in the past.
Mrs. Birmingham says in this recording, go get your gun, which led me to believe that this might not be the first time that Mr. Birmingham has either threatened her with a firearm or pointed a firearm at her.
Forensic specialists later confirmed that she had activated the phone shortly before the fatal confrontation, meaning she was trying to document evidence of her husband's behavior. When detectives spoke with Patricia's friends and family, a consistent picture began to form. They described Carrie as unstable, controlling, and increasingly consumed by alcohol. Patricia had confided in close friends that her husband had pointed a gun at her before.
The last lunch that we had, we talked about business, we talked about personal stuff. She opened up about her situation, and she even admitted to me that Carrie had pulled a gun several times before in the past. She left me in shock because it's like how a successful woman is dealing with something like that.
Many were shocked to learn the extent of the abuse she had been facing, because on the outside, Carrie presented himself as a professional, successful man. Even Patricia's sister admitted that she never believed Carrie would be capable of murder.
I got your...
Fine, I don't give a... I really don't. Do what you gotta do. I don't care.
All I have to do is not kill him.
He was manipulative and narcissistic, but the family never expected him to cross into deadly violence. To them, the recordings were devastating proof that Patricia had been living in fear for far longer than anyone realized.
Just because someone tells us they did something doesn't always mean they in fact did it. There still has to be an investigation that takes place. Physical evidence has to be recovered, eyewitness testimony, video surveillance footage, which would either corroborate or not corroborate what Mr. Birmingham had told us. I started talking to neighbors who may have video surveillance footage. While it may not be the entire case, it may help piece together what led up to a certain situation, what happened during the time of the crime, and then sometimes what happened after as well. This is Patricia Birmingham walking down the sidewalk, holding her purse and what appears to be her cell phone, pointing it in the opposite direction of something coming down the street. Her demeanor here at least appears to be calm. She's just walking, pointing the camera.
In addition to the recordings on Patricia's phone, investigators recovered footage from neighborhood surveillance cameras. The videos showed Patricia walking down the sidewalk, holding her purse and her phone, pointing it towards something coming down the street. She appeared calm but alert, as if she was recording evidence of something concerning. Another disturbing piece of evidence came from a video clip showing Carrie Birmingham stumbling outside in nothing but his bathrobe, visibly intoxicated. In the footage, Patricia can be seen desperately trying to put space between them, walking quickly down the street in hopes of avoiding him.
You're a f***ing alcoholic.
You know what? You know what? You called me being an alcoholic.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because you weren't an alcoholic before I met you.
Maybe I should just kill you right now.
Kill me.
Yeah.
Maybe you should. Do it. I'll be sitting right here.
Yet Carrie continued to follow, ignoring her pleas and invading her attempts to escape. This video perfectly aligned with the audio recordings investigators later uncovered, where Patricia's voice revealed both fear and determination as she tried to keep her distance.
Your grandmother was fat, and that's what you're going to know, because you don't do a goddamn thing to take care of.
Oh my God, we're not going on the fat train now, are we?
Yeah, we're
Are we hopping on the fat train now? What What the hell is wrong with you? How did you gain so much weight? You don't look healthy.
You don't even encourage me when I lose weight.
Meanwhile, Carrie's presence loomed close behind, his tone alternating between erratic outbursts and calculated intimidation. The recordings and footage together painted a stark picture.
You had a love affair with that Mexican.
I wasn't having a love
Yeah,
affair.
you were. That's why you're on too legal.
No, that's
It all makes sense now.
no, that's not what I'm on. I've never even seen that guy.
Patricia was doing everything possible to avoid conflict, while Carrie relentlessly escalated the situation. His behavior wasn't just humiliating, it was intentional. It showed a man who thrived on control, determined to assert dominance even in public, exposing the dangerous dynamic that had become Patricia's daily reality.
Hey, Reese, where'd you get that bag that I gave you? That Christmas bag. Where'd you get it? Huh?
The investigation into Patricia Birmingham's death revealed a haunting trail of evidence that left little room for doubt. Patricia had been desperately trying to protect herself in the only way she could, by documenting her husband's behavior.
It appears that she's trying to remove herself from the situation inside of the home, and he's continuing to follow her, walking down the street away from their house.
She clearly feels threatened enough that she needs to put distance between herself and the defendant, because this man had every ability to choke her and kill her if he got close enough to grab her.
You're embarrassing yourself.
We see her filming Carrie going up and down the street, which corresponds with the surveillance footage we recovered, and kind of adds a little bit more context as to what was going on, because not only do we have the footage, but also audio as to what's being said.
In the minutes leading up to her death, she recorded both audio and video clips, capturing the frightening reality of her marriage. Detectives later determined that Carrie knew Patricia was recording him. This awareness may have shaped the way he presented himself in public. Neighbors often saw a man who appeared quieter, perhaps even withdrawn.
You can hear Patricia almost laughing at the absurdity of the situation, that her drunk husband is chasing her in broad daylight in their neighborhood, in front of their neighbors, half naked, as the bathrobe comes open, and she knows to put distance between herself and the defendant.
You done playing the stupid games?
Yeah.
Tie it up.
Not right now.
Tie it up. Huh? What?
But once the couple returned home and the cameras were out of sight, his true nature emerged. The recordings told the story Patricia could no longer share. They revealed Carrie lashing out with verbal abuse, calling her names, degrading her appearance, and accusing her of affairs that had no basis in reality. His words weren't just cruel, they were calculated, designed to break her spirit while also intimidating her physically. At one point, Carrie seemed to back away, giving Patricia the impression that the fight was over. Believing the danger had passed, she walked back toward the house. What she didn't know was that Carrie was preparing to unleash something far more violent and final. Inside the home, Carrie retrieved the shotgun. In Patricia's final recording, he could be heard preparing to fire. Within seconds, he shot her in the head at close range.
You really want this on video?
I'll pull it. I'm mad enough to just pull it.
Your neighbors are gonna see you pointing a gun at me.
I'm ready to go. Drop the phone.
No, I'm not.
Drop the
No,
phone.
I'm not.
Okay. All right, goodbye, Reese. Nice to know you. He's gonna meet Jesus.
Investigators later confirmed that after killing her, he immediately turned the gun on her vehicle, firing 2 shots into the front and back tires of her Tesla. Patricia's injuries were severe.
He shoots her once in the head. The second 2 shots that are heard on that video, he actually turns the gun and immediately in seconds takes out the front tire and the back tire of her vehicle. So she shot 1 time in the head, meaning that she had to have a closed casket funeral. Her eye was gone. Her face was blown off. And the defendant, in the same second that he blew off his wife's head, even incredibly intoxicated, made perfect aim and took out the front and back tire of her vehicle.
The gunshot destroyed one of her eyes and caused massive facial trauma, requiring a closed casket funeral. The violence of the attack was chilling, not only for its brutality but also for the calm way Carrie carried it out. Instead of panicking, he appeared relaxed after the shooting. Recordings suggested he even lay down beside her body afterward, breathing heavily. He then moved her phone into the garage, apparently in an attempt to hide or destroy evidence. Some might assume alcohol was the main reason behind Carrie's actions, but investigators believed otherwise. Analysis of his behavior showed he was fully aware of what he was doing. He checked the weapon, disengaged the safety, and positioned himself carefully before pulling the trigger. He was alert enough to aim at his wife's head and then immediately target her car tires. These details proved to investigators that the murder was intentional and calculated, not just a drunken accident. Carrie had complete control in those moments, even while intoxicated.
Birmingham's now, he's looked in one direction because she's mentioned the neighbors could witness this act. He looks that way, showing that he's fully aware of the situation and what's going on outside. And then furthermore, he checks his firearm to see whether or not the action is on safety or not, to manipulate the firearm to make sure it's in a position to where it can be fired.
The case went to trial in March 2024. The prosecution presented Patricia's recordings, surveillance footage, and testimony from her family and friends. The evidence showed years of emotional, financial, and physical abuse, culminating in Patricia's death. Their daughter, Olivia, also testified. She described the years of control and manipulation inside the household, painting a clear picture of the environment her mother had endured. Despite this overwhelming evidence, the defense argued that the killing was a crime of passion, not premeditated murder. They claimed Carrie had acted in sudden emotional distress rather than planning to kill Patricia. An all-women jury agreed with the defense. Carrie Birmingham was convicted but received a surprisingly light sentence, just 10 years in prison and a $5,000 fine. He was also granted the possibility of parole after only 5 years. For Patricia's family, the verdict was devastating. They believed the evidence showed deliberate and calculated murder. To them, the short sentence was a betrayal of justice. Many expressed anger at the idea that someone could plan and carry out such a brutal killing, yet face only a decade in prison. Her sister described the shock of hearing Carrie's calm words before shooting her, followed by the chilling detail of him telling her it was time to meet her end.
He seemed to be a good man. He was a young gentleman, professional appearance. He spoke highly of himself. You know, he was his best friend. He made sure that I was aware of these fine things that he had and his career in insurance. And I was happy for my sister, but at the same time, that doesn't impress me. But I never had a reason to doubt her choice. He wasn't planning on having any more children. However, my sister was determined to have children of her own. Olivia was everything that she wanted. The day she was born, it was the happiest I've ever seen her. Whether it was a gathering with friends, whether it was dinner, whether it was them coming to Orlando or visiting.
To the family, it was proof that this was never an impulsive act. It was intentional. Detectives who worked on the case also expressed frustration. They emphasized how rare it was to have such clear evidence of a crime. Audio and video recordings made by the victim herself in her final moments. This was direct proof of abuse, threats, and premeditation. In their view, the recordings should have left no doubt about the seriousness of the crime.
I didn't believe he was capable of killing her. He was controlling, he was conniving, he was narcissistic, he was a functional alcoholic. I never thought he could lose that type of control and do that type of violence. You know, looking at the shotgun to make sure that the safety was off, positioning it, pointing it at her, and then ultimately, you know, wishing her goodbyes and telling her to go meet Jesus. That was chilling. It was never anything I could have ever imagined.
The Birmingham case is a grim reminder of how domestic violence often hides behind a facade of success. To outsiders, Carrie appeared polished and professional, working in the insurance industry and living in a good neighborhood. To those who knew him closely, however, he was a manipulative alcoholic who controlled his wife through fear. Patricia tried to protect herself by documenting his behavior, but in the end it was not enough to save her. Her recordings did, however, reveal the truth to the world. They exposed the abuse she endured and the danger she faced in her own home. This case stands as a heartbreaking reminder of how domestic abuse, when ignored or left unchecked, can spiral into unimaginable violence. Patricia Birmingham's story is not just about tragedy. It is about a woman whose life was stolen far too soon by the person who should have loved and protected her. She was a mother, a sister, and a dedicated professional who tried to balance her family and career while quietly enduring the torment behind closed doors. Trapped in a toxic and dangerous marriage, Patricia found herself with very few options. Yet she showed remarkable courage by attempting to fight back in the only way she could, through documentation.
They agreed that it was said in passion and that they're going to sentence him barely over the minimum.
Is that what Texas is about? Letting people walk for unrepentant murder? It's crushing. It's defeating. It's something that makes you question why you do this job.
She secretly recorded the emotional torment and threats she endured, hoping to one day use that evidence as protection. Those recordings, now chilling reminders of her strength and fear, revealed the true reality of her life with Carrie Birmingham. They showed not only her bravery, but also the control and intimidation she faced daily. Today, Carrie Birmingham is serving a sentence for Patricia's death. But for many who followed the case, the punishment feels inadequate compared to the life that was stolen. For Patricia's loved ones, justice will never erase the pain. The memory of her final days remains a constant reminder of how dangerous control and abuse can become, and how silence can turn deadly. Patricia's story is a call to recognize the hidden battles so many face, and to ensure her suffering was not in vain. It is also about truth and bravery. If you want more powerful stories like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.